Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome. I actually made it on time today at 2 p.m. for Fess Up Friday. Welcome to the special home edition. This is my daughter, Savannah.
Hi guys.
My son, there's no way we're going to talk him into getting on camera. So it's just me and Savannah today. She thought it would be fun to see what mom does. So I decided to include her. I know many of you parentpreneurs out there can relate to trying to work from home during this trying time. My husband is actually at the firehouse down in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we are in California. We have our Cali shirts today, and we're officially in lockdown, although I will say we've been home all week, so it doesn't feel really any different other than it's official. So our question today is, how we doing? How we doing, Facebook? How we doing? I know I've got friends on this page from all over, and we just really wanted to talk about, how we're showing up in our business, how we're showing up on social media, and how we can kind of change our focus kind of during this tricky time. So part of the reason why this came up is because obviously we're in the middle of this pandemic, so things are changing. But, just changing our focus about everything. And also because I've been doing a lot of chatting with people this week, and this continues to kind of pop up. So we were just talking about this with Savannah. So, Savannah, you've been home all week? What would you say is the hardest part of being at home?
Not having any of my activities to do and be out and about and getting stuff like your schoolwork done when there's all these other distractions that you could be doing.
Right. I'm one of those moms that make them do their schoolwork first. But then what would you say, we tried to change our focus, what would you say has been a good thing this week that's been?
All the family time we've gotten, some of the other activities that we've been doing, and getting stuff like mini projects done that I haven't really gotten to get done because we've been so busy.
She's my kid. I like the same things, trying to get stuff done that we're always trying to get done. So for instance, I know Savannah pulled out her sewing machine. That's something that we don't always get to. And then our community's done a whole bunch of things. Ooh, there's a ladybug on the window. That's got to be a good sign, right? Distractions, but seriously, there's a ladybug. I'm like, that's good luck, right? But our community's been doing tons of stuff. We did shamrocks on the windows for St. Patrick's Day so we could walk around and find them. Right now we're doing Chalk Your Walk with encouraging, where people are decorating their sidewalk, because we go on a walk or bike ride every day. And it's our only time outside, so it's important, right? We literally walk an hour. We've done some miles. So Chalk Your Walk has been fun. If you're looking for activities for your neighborhood, or even to post and share those, posting a workout on everybody's door, one exercise, and then you kind of walk around and get your workout in that way. Those have all been really fun. So changing your focus, just like she's had to do, with all of her activities, we as business owners have had to do the same things. My business has changed, and it's funny because I was like, oh, I'm going to get all this stuff done. I'm going to be home. I'm not going to be running these kids around everywhere. But I feel just like she does. Oh, I don't want to do anything, right? I don't feel like it. And, I've been on social media, and I have gotten a lot of questions wow, you've been going crazy with the stories and this and that. Where did you get all these? By the way, I will share those from my personal page to this page later. This week in memes is hilarious. That's been the best part of this whole week, has been the memes. So it's got to be Funny Friday, right? You've got to keep your sense of humor in this. And changing that focus around your business. So one thing that I've noticed is everybody's on social media, right? There's even a meme on that. Everybody's on social media, which those of us that are building on social media, this is amazing news. Now with that, there's two sides of the coin that people are focusing on. Number one is, oh my God, everybody's pitching their product and their stuff. And the other is, don't hate on them. They probably had a full-time job, and now they're really putting all their energy and effort into, their network marketing or whatever that is. But for a lot of us, right, especially those of us in attraction marketing, that may feel kind of icky. But don't hate on those, because that's the only way that they know to promote their product or their service. But we know better, right? And so this really is our time to shine. I know I shared that in the previous Facebook Live, so go back and watch that. If you're just hopping on, say hey, where are you hanging out? Where are you at? And what's the quarantine like? I used to say, what's the weather like in your area? Now it's like, what's your quarantine? Are you in total lockdown, partial lockdown? Are you home quarantining? Inquiring minds want to know. But anyway.
I couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, Siri. Anyway, comedy for the day. Changing our focus and building online. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Facebook ads has been completely different. They've told us that it's going to take longer. I've seen people's ad accounts shut down. It's harder to get through your business manager. Everything's delayed. So, are we going to be all butthurt and understanding that, or are we going to change our tactic, right? So, it's okay to share that you are excited that you're building from home, sharing that you're getting a lot done, sharing that you are self-employed or whatever, those curiosity posts that we know how to do so effectively versus the 99% that do not do them effectively. But that being said, you still want 90% of what you're putting out on social media content to be valuable. So, I shared in the previous live about, if you're dependent on home parties and presentations, you may be screwed. But most companies have somewhat moved some of those online presentations or webinars. So they're still able to do those and attract those to people because people do need things to do. So whatever business that you're in, I would say ramp that up quite a bit. Right? Maybe you're giving more webinars to your team. Maybe you're giving more how-to on social media, right? Because that's where people are. So you want to meet them where they are. People are hurting. So, you want to be, again, I said this earlier, you want to be mindful that you're not rubbing people's faces in it, but at the same time, you want people to know. So the most important thing that I was sharing with someone that I was talking to yesterday was just to be present on social media, which it works. I've literally spent a lot more time connecting with people on social media via Messenger, via, just making more friends, making sure you're getting those stories in the top of your Instagram and your, Facebook, sharing those. Someone asked me well, where do you come up with all this content? Okay, first of all, y'all, this is not new for me. I've been doing this for years. So when Facebook has the memories, every morning, a lot of the stuff I'm just reusing because what applied last year is still funny this year, right? Or still applies, or whatever curiosity post I did a year ago may or may not still need some tweaking, and I can still spit that out. So that is a benefit to when you are consistent with that. And then I'm connecting with people, and I'm on social media a little more than I normally am. So when I see something that I like, I just save it. And then I save it up here for later so that I can reproduce that in my stories or, whatever the case might be. Another thing is people want to laugh. So when you get on and you are just entertaining people, that's why they're on social media. They don't need another negative news feed, right? So, share. Like we were just talking about doing TikToks, right? So that is entertaining to people. And you're like, well, how does that help me build my business? Okay, anytime you're getting your brand out there, you are in the forefront of people's minds, right? I've had a lot of people tag me this week because they're cooking, right? And they're like, hey, Em, I thought you'd like this. Or, hey, this workout reminds me of you, right? Because that's what they think of when they think of me. Oh, health and wellness. That's what you want. It doesn't matter if it's completely unbusiness related. People are not really wanting that specifically right now. People are hurting and they want it to be light. Now, like I said, that being helpful, 90% of what you're producing and putting out there may be quotes or a Facebook Live encouraging people, which I did the other day. Just being funny and sharing whatever in that realm. And then the 10% after that, go ahead and put that curiosity post out there like, hey, I'm so thankful that, that it's business as usual for me, or that I'm able to work from home and still homeschool, my 7th grader, which is not easy. They got a lot of work to do. Actually, this one's pretty self-sufficient. It's the other one that I have to sit with all day. Right. So, change your focus around what content that you're producing or you're putting out there. Because if it feels icky to sell to you, think about how it feels to people who, they're so uncertain with what their job's going to do, or if they're going to have income in the next month, or, even local, brick and mortar entrepreneurs, if, they're going to have to change the way that they're sharing or building, right? I've seen gyms renting out equipment, which is genius spin if you can't have it open. So what is it that your business have? What do you have or what do you offer that you can kind of change the focus to really meet people where they are? So for instance, like I said, a lot of people are streaming home workouts, right? That's very valuable to people right now. How to entertain your kids, right? I saw a meme, it was like homeschool moms, like, and we used to think of them in the old, I forget what they're called, but I guess it would be, I don't know. Anyway, now we look at them as superheroes, right? So people's mindsets are changing, and that's going to be the same for building a business, right? They're going to be less likely to, oh my gosh, you're in one of those things, you're in one of those pyramid things, or oh, you build from home, like that must be hobby money, instead of now really being much more open-minded to, wow, this could be a really good plan B. Even if I go back to my job, this is a good side hustle to build that. But what are some creative ways that you can see that? And I'm telling you, I've been on Facebook and I feel like every realtor has put every listing that they've ever had on Facebook for a virtual tour. Now, is it a little annoying? Yeah, a little bit, right? Especially if I don't know them. But what? I've caught myself literally, I've been through 3 virtual tours in the last week of houses. Why? Because I'm on social media just like the rest, and I'm like, oh, that's a cute house, right? So what is it that you offer in your business that you can do? Maybe you're like that small local gym that you can rent out equipment, and that's helpful to people because people want to continue their workouts. Maybe you can do a live on, meal prep during this tricky time, right? Like, there's another meme I saw. It was like, oh, next episode on chops, how to make dinner out of meatballs and what was it, Pringles? Brown sugar, right? Like, you could get creative. Why? You're like, what does that have to do? Well, if you're in health and wellness and it's funny, I'll watch that. Reach out, let me know, send me an invite to that. I would watch that. So get creative and have fun with it. Like, include your family, include your friends. This one likes to do stuff with me, the other one not so much. That's okay. But whatever it is, meet people where they're at. And the reality is you're missing the boat if you're not present daily on social media, because that is where everybody is. And as far as getting personal, you still want those day-to-day interactions. So, if you've got if customers, check in on them. I've gotten a few of those. I buy lots of products from network marketers. And most of them have reached out to me. Now, do I want to be on the phone with all of them? Not necessarily, but most of them, are in my community in attraction marketing, and they've sent me a text, they've sent me a messenger, hey, do you need anything? That's appreciated. And teaching our kids to do the same is super valuable, right? So, do those customer care calls if you need to. Reach out to your team. Help your team learn and expand on social media and say, hey, this is what people are looking for right now. Make sure that you're interacting with people. Make sure that you're adding people daily, on your social media. Make sure that you're creating valuable content. Be entertaining. Try a TikTok. If you haven't started using Facebook stories daily, I highly suggest that you do that. So do a Zoom. A lot of people are doing Zooms. This one, that was yesterday your first,
I had my Zoom meeting with my teacher and a couple.
And she loved it. Did you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. And I was like, oh, so she used my Zoom account to do that. So I see churches, having Bible study on Zoom. I see teams connecting, which probably already did before. That's totally fine. But what could you do that's a little bit different than everybody else's to offer that? So, don't stop working just because you're like, well, no one's going to want to buy, or no one's going to want to join, or no one's going to want to, whatever it is during this time. They're busy. They're not busy, first of all. They're home, right? But you do need to change your focus, because 99% of people that are now online because they can't leave their house and that's the only way to connect are going to be spamming. They're going to be spamming people's news feeds. I've already seen it. Hey, buy my stuff. Hey, here's this. Oh, you're home. Here, order this at home. And that's cool. Like, I'm not judging them, but when you know better, you do better. So I would say change your focus. Focus on people. connecting with people, letting them know that you care, that you're there, especially your customers and your team, reaching out to new people saying, hey, I saw your post. I just wanted to make sure you're okay. Hey, I know you're in California. You're on lockdown. How we doing? Because mentally, a lot of people are not prepared for this, right? And we as entrepreneurs, we are a different kind of strong, right? And not everyone is like that. So I think you just need to change your focus and think about what do you offer. And we see it with the, bless you, we see it with the celebrities, right? Like we were watching John Legend and all of these celebrities. Oh, my favorite is, okay, I love Fess Up Friday. I love the Tonight Show. I literally, if you put it on in the middle of the day, I'd probably fall asleep because I literally barely make it through the monologue. But I stayed awake for the whole thing since he's done the home editions. I love it. I think it's genius. I love that he is just trying to entertain people because he understands that they're home and that they just need a mental break from things. So, you know, if you teach yoga, maybe stream that. If you, you know, whatever it is, just think of how you could serve people on social media and not be the spammy bots. And then when you do share, like, hey y'all, I know you've been tuning in for my yoga. I just wanted to let you know I made a like survival yoga home kit. If you're interested in ordering it, let me know, right? And then literally people are more receptive to that because they are going to want to keep the economy going, right? Like I literally wrote a couple of checks this week to a couple of the small businesses that we use anyway because I knew they would take a hit in the next month or so and we wanted to help them and we are able to do that, right? Because both of us, my husband and I, are still completely able to work without any hiccups and I'm super thankful for that. But I'm also cognizant that not everyone is in that same boat. And when I show up on social media, I need to always have that in the forefront of my mind because you don't want to rub people's noses in it or offend people. You just want to offer a solution and you want them to know that you care. So be entertaining, be caring, and thanks for being on, Savannah. We'll have to think of another one. I've had a lot of questions about content and that kind of thing. If that is something that you're still confused about, let me know. I'll send you the link for the Attraction Marketing Formula ebook. It's a game changer. And other than that, do you have anything to add?
Involve your kids in things.
Yeah, you always like it when you work with me.
Yep.
Like what?
We're about to go out and do the chalk.
Yeah.
On the sidewalk.
Oh, and cooking. We've done a lot of cooking. Probably a lot of eating too. We did a lot of cooking, but we've done a lot of eating too. Yeah, my kids love it when I include them, especially this one. So let us know if you guys have any ideas. My intention during this time that we are on lockdown is to continue to do the Facebook Lives and to offer you guys value. So, you know, message me, let me know what it is that you want some more information on. I know today's topic was one, you know, how do I show up on social media? And for those of us that have been attraction marketers for a while, we understand this. So helping others in our circle who desperately need their now side gig to work, that's going to be more important than ever. So I hope this was valuable. And share this with someone if you think that they need it. I'm going to try to remember to share the This Week in Memes off my personal page. It was like, it was a lot. So I'll see if Facebook lets me do that.
They were all funny.
They were pretty funny. So we'll do that and you guys just crush it. Oh, thanks for the love, you guys. Don't stop working. Continue to build online. We got this. We're in this together. Change your focus in how you're showing up on social media. Let people know that you care. And we got this. All right, guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.
Bye.